Yes. hmm Relating to compensation to crime victims, right. And then the resolution of the Council on a roadmap for strengthening the rights and protections of victims, in particular criminal proceedings. Yes. And then the European Parliament and of the Council establishing minimum standards on the rights, support, and protection of victims of crime. Replacing the Council Framework Decision of 2001. Yeah. Now, I I emailed the European Union, the President of the European Union. Yes. And the rights to access to a lawyer, the rights to information in criminal proceedings, interpretation, translation, the procedural rights of suspected or accused persons in criminal proceedings, with the presumption of innocence, the safeguards for children. Yes. 11th of May of 2016. Of the European Parliament and of the Council on procedural safeguards for children who are suspects or accused persons in criminal proceedings. Oh, that would be for those that committed a crime. Oh, now, a Council on legal aid for suspects and accused persons in criminal proceedings for requested persons in European arrest warrant proceedings. Yes. Now, this whole idea of you refusing to acknowledge that you can't use forgeries to issue court orders. Yes. That the petitioner has to be the actual wife and mother of my sons, has to be my wife. um, I'm just making sure that I have the necessaries to understand how to structure these lawsuits. Yeah. Now, when I told you that I wanted a phone call and you said, no, we are not going to let him speak to his sons. Then I gave you what's it called there? The article, the screen print from the Peninsula Daily News. Yes. And you said, no, we're going to keep him in the wrong grades. Right. And then I told you to admit the evidence. I wasn't in Brennan. Yes. And I wasn't cyber stalking. Yes. And instead of doing that, you decided to have me say I was delusional. Oh. Now, this genocide on the part of Cloud County right now. Breed 3? Yeah. I've been asking you for victims' rights and resources. I had documented that I wanted to speak to Marilyn. Yes. You decided to cover up your crime. Yeah. I decided that you were going to enforce the laws of the United States. Then I decided, well, I'm going to sue you in every jurisdiction of the world. Yes. That has any legal liability for the United States refusing to enforce treaty obligations. Yeah. And then I decided that I was going to sue you in the International Court of Justice for what could be considered a coerced reproduction. Ouch! Now, forced pregnancies. Yes. The use of vaginas without the knowledge of those that are citizens. See, this whole idea, right, that we're just going to squirt some of Paul's DNA into a womb. Yes. Knowing that an individual is ovulating. Yes. We're going to make this little communication system right now. And you're going to get away with it. Yeah. You're just going to torture me. Yeah. You're going to refuse to acknowledge the laws of this nation. Yeah. Refuse to acknowledge the laws as the United Nations. Yes. And then you're going to completely ignore the laws of the European Union. Yeah. You're going to sit there every fucking day. Now, did you use my sperm to make any little boys and girls? State of Washington. Is there anybody in Child Protective Services, any employee of this state's government or any state's government that had a problem with me adopting my genetics? Poop. Because I heard yesterday, that we as a state cannot. Well, guess what, you stupid fucks? I will try you before the whole world. Now, when I said give me my sons, yes. I said I wanted to speak to Marilyn, yes. And then I told you to give me all the little boys and girls that were made from my genetics because you've been breeding people. Oh, you're people breeders.